Hello everybody and welcome back to This Week In. It's a brand new show where every week we talk about your favorite sports, and today we're talking about the NFL Championship weekend. Alright, like I said, welcome back. It's been about 2 months of a break, but this weekend is back to finish out the NFL season. And as always, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified every single time I post a new video. And with that out of the way, let's talk about the Amazon $20 gift card giveaway. As I said before, go to my Instagram at WhiteLightning YouTube, find the post, check out the details. Winner will be decided once I hit 150 subscribers. Right now we're at 111, so slowly but surely we will get there. Alright, with the promotional stuff done, let's talk about last week's insane moment. And no, this is not NFL related, but I could not miss the opportunity to talk about Tennessee. The Tennessee Volunteers, they got caught giving money to their recruits in McDonald's bags. Of all things they got caught is giving money to recruits with McDonald's bags. Jeremy Pruitt was fired, of course, the head coach, he's out, and 9 other employees were fired because of this incident. Undoubtedly, this will result in harsh fines and restrictions to the program. And in my opinion, it's the funniest way to get caught giving money to recruits. Alright, last week's insane moment out of the way. Let's talk about this week's headlines. Patrick Mahomes is officially in for tonight's game against the Buffalo Bills. He has cleared the concussion protocol. He will play. It is not going to be Chad Henne in the starting lineup. It will be Patrick Mahomes. However, he does have a turf toe issue. He said he's going to play through it and look to see if he needs surgery after this season. So, interesting thing to keep an eye out tonight. Other Chiefs injuries. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he is back. He is good to go for the championship game. Le'Veon Bell, however, is out. So, it's just going to be Clyde Edwards-Helaire tonight. And Sammy Watkins is a game-time decision. So, could be a big hit in their wide receiver core. All right, next headline is Deshaun's disdain. Deshaun Watson is unhappy. No, that's not a good word for that. Deshaun Watson is pissed. The Texas organization, they are really ruining their chance with Deshaun Watson. He is unhappy with their front office, and the entire NFL community just said, finally. Because for me, the straw that would have sent me out is once they traded DeAndre Hopkins for a second-round pick and David Johnson. How is that all you get for that? But this is even worse for him because he was told that he would be in on the conversation for the new hiring of a head coach and a GM. He sent them a list of candidates that he would hope that they would at least interview. He wasn't expecting them to pick them, but he was hoping that they would interview them. They didn't even do that. They said that they would value his opinion, and they didn't even do that. So, what's Deshaun going to do? He still hasn't he hasn't demanded a trade yet, and he has a no-trade clause in his contract. So he can really decide wherever he wants to go. If he wants to go to a certain team, he can sign off on that trade. But if they decide to trade him to somewhere he doesn't want to go, he can just say, no, I don't want to go there, and not waive his trade clause. But with all this in mind, these are my top 3 teams where I think Deshaun will go. These are the teams with the best chance. Number 1, I have Miami Dolphins. I think they have the best chance to get him because they have a better young quarterback in Tua Tagovailoa than Sam Darnold, and they have just as many draft picks as the New York Jets. Next on my list is New York Jets. Like I just said, Sam Darnold's okay. I think the Texans would be okay with having him, but he's no Deshaun Watson for sure. But they have really, really good picks. They have the 2nd overall pick in this year's draft, so they could get Justin Fields if they decide to make that trade. And then next, I have the Carolina Panthers as a sleeper. I think the Panthers have enough capital to be in contention for Deshaun Watson, and I think it'd be silly for Deshaun not to want to be on a team with DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, and Christian McCaffrey. That offense would be deadly if Deshaun decided to come to Carolina. Now with the headlines out of the way, let's jump right into the 2 games. First up, we have the AFC Championship. This is the Bills at the Chiefs. Now, if the Buffalo Bills win, this would be the first AFC Championship game for them since 1993. And then if the Chiefs win, they would be the first team to repeat as AFC champs besides New England since 1997. And that was the Denver Broncos when they won in 96 and 97. Like I said, that's besides from the Patriots. That's just that dynasty is unmatched. Now, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, they have had very similar seasons statistically. Josh Allen threw for 4,500 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, while Patrick Mahomes threw for 4,700 yards, only one more touchdown and 38, but he has 4 less interceptions. Now, you could make the argument that Patrick Mahomes has a much better offense around him with Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and all those guys around him. Josh Allen has Stephon Diggs, and that's really about it for him. But the Bills have a better points per game and allowed points per game with 31 points and 13 points allowed. The Chiefs, however, only have 29 points per game, and they allow 17 points per game. So the Bills' defense is just a smidge better than the Chiefs' defense statistically. So I'm going to go with the better defense. I think the Bills finally end their drought, and I believe that the Buffalo Bills will get the win. Book it. Give me the Bills. Next game, we have the NFC Championship between two legendary quarterbacks in Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. We have the Bucs versus the Packers. Now, Tom Brady, who is 43, and Aaron Rodgers, who is 37, have two of the greatest careers in NFL history. Brady is second in all-time passing yards and first in all-time passing touchdowns, while Rodgers is 11th in passing yards and has a chance to pass John Elway tonight to get into the top 10, and he is 7th in passing touchdowns. So two of arguably the best quarterbacks in NFL history going at it tonight. I think that both quarterbacks will be great. There's no doubt about that. I think everybody's agreeing on that. These two guys are too good and too much of a professional to try and mess this up. I don't see that happening. But I think what's going to happen is it's going to matter where everybody's not watching. Offensive line play, defensive line play, in the trenches. That's where this game's going to matter. Both teams, sack-wise, top 5 in least amount of sacks. 21 and 22 respectively. Packers barely beating them out on sacks allowed. But the Bucs, they get more sacks. They've gotten 8 more sacks on the season than the Packers. I want to choose the Packers. I really do, because I don't like Tom Brady. I'm not going to try and shy away from that. I've never liked Tom Brady. I don't think, really, he may be the best quarterback at winning, but statistically and arm talent-wise, I really don't think that Tom Brady is the best, just because winning Super Bowls isn't an individual stat. It's a team stat. So I don't think Tom Brady would be the best. But I'm not trying to discredit him in any way. I still think that he's definitely a top 2 quarterback, because he's really, really good. And obviously he brings up teams around him. Look at how the Patriots did, and now look at the Bucs. It's just, I don't like him. I never have. So I talked to a local Packers fan, and I agree with what he said. He said, Brady man bad, Rodgers man good. So I think Zadarius Smith gets enough pressure on Brady man, and I think that Aaron Jones has a great game, and I think the Green Bay Packers get the win. Super Bowl 55 is going to be the Bills versus the Packers. You can book it right here. If you bet, go ahead and bet it. I'm guaranteeing it. Book that right now. All right, that's going to do it for this show. Thanks so much for watching and waiting for this long 2-month break to be over. I'm glad it's over. I missed you. I missed all of you. And I can't wait to talk about the Super Bowl on February 7th. I'll see you next week in the NFL.